I think it's working. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? I see that 4 people are here. Thank you for being here. This is our second class with the Magdalenas, and today we have some of the Divine Mothers coming through, wanting to talk about twin flames. I also pre-channeled some stuff like the last class that I'll be reading and explaining as we go along. And then I'll be answering your questions here live if you have any, and the questions that you submitted on Patreon as well. So I'll be doing that, checking on my phone. So if I'm looking down, I'm sorry. It's just that I didn't have any other way to print that. I forgot. Anyways, thank you, Julie. Hello, how are you? So, first things first. Today we have Mary Magdalene again. She's also talking about twin flames on this class. She talked about sacred sexuality, last class, April's class on Patreon. And it was Mary Magdalene and Isis. And on the video, I told you that I was a little bit flustered and all over the place because their energy is just so, I can't even explain. And together, oh my God. And today we have Isis, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Kalima, and Lilith. I have goosebumps. My whole body is crazy, so bear with me. Hello, Suna. Thank you for being here. We haven't really started yet. I was just saying that I will probably be going all over the place, and I made a list on my phone, so I'll go through that list and we'll move from there. And if you have any questions as I am explaining the class, because I channeled that class from Lilith, Isis, Mary Magdalene. They explain the concept of twin flames, and then we have a message from Mother Mary, and she already answered one of the questions that I had, and I put it on the document as well. I'm gonna do a PDF file of that so you can have access to all of that written stuff that I pre-channeled for today's class. So as we wait a little bit for anyone else to arrive, let's just center, and I would like to thank those beautiful Divine Mothers for being here and sharing that wisdom with us. This is so powerful, and we are so thankful and so honored to be part of this. And thank you all for watching it, if you're watching live or if you're watching afterwards. So thank you very much. Okay, I have sweaty hands today. My heart is beating so fast because Lilith, oh yeah, I had a disclaimer, I just remembered. Lilith's energy is so powerful, and she is just like fire for me. And Kalima as well. I haven't worked with Kalima before, and she just showed up, and she hasn't really spoken anything. I just feel her energy, and I kind of see her, but I haven't really worked with her before. But with Lilith, I've been listening to her and sometimes channeling her as well, because she is a strong guide for me and for Flavia, and we're just figuring things out. But the disclaimer was, they are, both of them, Kalima and Lilith, they are straight to the point. They are like, hey Leo, on a hangover. I can't explain. And she is non-sentient, Lilith. So she just goes straight to the point, and she's not so, let's just say, flowery as Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene is very soft, very calm, and very sentient. And Lilith is just going like on your face, and sometimes we're not really even that ready for that answer, so that's the first disclaimer. And I forgot what was the second disclaimer. I think it's just because I'm all over the place, so I'm sorry about that. Sending you lots of love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's such an honor to have you here. Okay, Suna. We'll ask them all the questions and all the advices by the end of after I speak about the class, okay? So I don't just lose all my track. Anyways, let's start. I'm going to start reading the things that I pre-channeled for this class. And I will go explaining along the way, okay? Yeah, a mixture of personalities and energy is crazy. Okay, so twin flames. Isis, Mary Magdalene, and Lilith explain the concept of twin flames. Twin flames is yet another label constructed by humans to fulfill a meaning for a spiritual connection between two beings. So, first thing that they say is twin flames is a label made by humans, because we need to understand that connection with that other being. So we created that name, basically. This connection is most commonly experienced in partnership, often with romantic ties. It is not always the case. This type of agreement often happens for incarnated beings that wish to experience the enlightening path of finding God within. This spiritual bond brings about profound desires to mind, heart, and shared consciousness. Desire is the fuel to creation. Everything you create begins as a wish to do so, a thought. It is the starting point. So now, so far it's been the Magdalenas, now it's just something that I wrote down. Therefore, you wish to find a twin flame because you wish to create. You wish to remember you wish to remember your power to create like the God that is you. So yes, so finding a twin flame and agreeing to having this connection with another soul comes from a place of desire, a place of wanting to experience creating as gods. So that is why it is so powerful, that it's so difficult to detach from it once you've found another fellow twin flame. Now back to the Magdalenas. In truth, we are always experiencing a higher mind as a whole. We are all within Source and are always connected. What happens when you feel this special connection with another being is that it reflects the truth that the both of you vibrate at the same frequency in a spiritual level of consciousness at that particular time. So I explained it to get a little more simple. So we can define a twin flame connection as two beings vibrating at an exact match of frequency in this vast consciousness that we are. So we are always sharing a consciousness, right? We are all within Source and we are always connected at all times. In our ecosystem, in our universe, everything is God, right? So you are always connected to everything. So why is it that we feel this connection in a different level with this other being? It is because we are vibrating at an exact match. Exact. It's like 7 billion people in the world, and you are vibrating in a frequency that is exactly the same one as another being. And you also made that agreement with that other being that is expressing in a body, or maybe not in a body, but let's say that this other being is expressing in a body. And at the same time, we are both, we made that agreement, and we are both here right now with the same frequency at the same exact time. So that is why also twin flames can change, and twin flames are more than one. But anyways, we're going to get to that. Back to the Magdalenas. Those relationships are often a conduit for source. So you can imagine that it is very, very powerful. It is a way to connect you to source. So connecting with source is our fundamental desire. That is why we feel such a strong connection with twin flames. It can cause to happen codependency between partners as well as help reach a higher level of consciousness. As a primordial meaning to creation, this connection can fade away once this creative purpose was fulfilled. And by creation, they mean creating a new reality, a new you, a new life, or even new people. Like it's not always just creating like offsprings and children. It can be just creating a new reality for yourself, creating a way to go to another timeline, another dimension, a way to create a path for your enlightenment. So that is why this is so, so powerful. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you. So we've been talking about twin flames, and I'm reading what I channeled previously from them. So whatever it is that the both of you are creating together can be fulfilled, it can evolve, it can restart. You might have many agreements with the same being, or you might have only one. So that is why another example of why twin flames can change, and you can feel that strong connection, and sometimes it just fades, or you don't feel like that desire to continue creating together. It depends on the agreement that you made before incarnation with that being that is going to be embodying another part of you that is connected with a same exact vibration. Are you guys understanding so far? Okay, I'm gonna continue. Saying that you only have one twin flame would be extremely disempowering and limiting. You, as a being of your own, with your individuality, is at all times connected with a higher consciousness that holds each and every individuality there is and ever was. You are at all times connected to each and every expression of God, embodied or not. So that's the little part that I already explained. Like, we are all the same consciousness. That was Lilith, by the way. Your soul is formed of this consciousness. Everything you wish to accomplish, every thought you wish to create from, every gift that is particular to you, every master you admire, every light being you work with, and much more. It all forms your particular consciousness at this present time, expressing as you. So she is giving examples of things that form your soul. So she said, everything that you wish to accomplish in this lifetime, as you, like me, as Annie, what do I want to accomplish in this body, in this lifetime? Everything that you wish to create from, and every gift that is particular to you. So you can sing, you can draw, you are good with other people. Whatever it is that is a gift that is particular to you is also a component of your soul. And also every master you admire, every light being you work with, and much more. So if you have a strong connection with Yeshua and you know that he is one of your spirit guides, he is part of your soul, because you have this agreement and you knew that this particularly being would be helpful for you to fulfill whatever it is that you want to fulfill in this lifetime. Continuing, like, I'm sorry, you see, that there was no words. Continuing with the pre-channeled. Those are also called fractals of divinity. Your soul is ultimately made of those fractals. Some of them are expressing through you in a stronger way right now. They are always there, because in truth, we are always one, and they are all you. But they come and go as you need them in your current stage of the dream that is Earth. That was Lilith again. So those fractals, like, let's say for me, for example, I have a fractal of Mary Magdalene, I have a fractal of Isis, a fractal of Hathor. They are present right now because of the work that I'm doing. You know, like being aware of those fractals and embracing them and integrating them allow me to do this that I'm doing right now. So they are helping me. fulfill an agreement that I made with each and every one of you that are watching, that we would talk about this, you know? So it's a very intricate and beautiful web of divinity, right? So amazing. Anyways, so to simplify your discussion for today, we can say that each of those fractals has an exact frequency match to the conscious level. Each fractal has a twin flame. So each and every one of those fractals, not only the fractals that are beings, but fractals that express in any way, like your gifts, your desires, and everything. Each and every one of those fractals that form your soul has an exact match of frequency. That is a twin flame to you. They will come and go in your reality as it was agreed upon your higher selves. The desire to create something comes along as you manifest them. So they will show up in your reality as you agreed before incarnation, basically. And they will come and go as you need them to. It is in truth a forever connection, but in oneness everything is. There is no beginning and no end to God. So that is the end of the pre-channeled message that I had from Isis, Mary Magdalene, and Lilith about twin flames, explaining twin flames. How are you guys doing so far? Because I've been talking like a crazy person again. That's an amazing question, Julie. So Julie asks, so you're saying that all of us here right now are each other's twin flame because we are vibrating at the same frequency. Lilith is coming, says she's going like, oh, you need names, you need that's Lilith, by the way. I'm trying to tame her temper. So that you need names, you need calling stuff, but I'm gonna ask Mary Magdalene to clarify. And she's saying that yes and no. If you want to call them your twin flames, you can call them your twin flames. But this connection, Mother Mary is going to speak about it more. It's a question that I made on the end, like, and explains this a little bit. So she just referred to it, and I'm gonna read that for you. And she's saying that match is not only like we are having right now. It is a desire of creation in unity, of co-creation of our reality that is very often triggered by other desires and other parts of you. So it's like a different agreement, is what I understand. A different agreement with another soul, you know? Even if you don't have to have there are so many. I'm so sorry. Sometimes they all speak together. Even if you don't have to have a romantic connection with, Mary Magdalene is helping me, with this other being, you often feel like you are part of each other in a very powerful way. I'm finding it hard to find words. I will just read what I asked, because I asked her, why is it that it's most common for twin flames to have romantic relationships? So, and they say that you will answer your question too. So why is it that some have and some don't? Because of the desire of creation that brings about that energy that will fuel the manifestation process of finding a twin. Very often the energy of creation is experienced in the human body as a sexual energy. And that's why it's common to feel sexually attracted to a twin flame. So that desire to create, that desire to bring something together to your reality. Does it make sense? I don't even know what I've been saying. The explanation is really clear. It makes sense. Okay, I understand that. I'm not saying better now. Okay. It is confusing to me as well. If we now Lilith is talking. Because she's saying that, yes, it is confusing because you like to label things. You like to give names to everything. So you are all one. You are all connected at all times. You like to talk about twin flames. So we come here today to talk about twin flames. But in truth, you are one at all times. There is no separation. So why do you need to keep separating yourselves? Soulmates, twin flames, soul group, soul family. It's all the same thing. You're all God. That's Lilith. No chills. She's just sitting there. So glorious. Okay, I'm gonna drink some water. I keep bringing this huge jar, size of my face. It's so hard to pick it up. Okay, so I'm gonna read Mother Mary's message about twin flames. You see that the difference between Lilith energy and Mother Mary, it's so obvious. She's just like a warm hug, and Lilith is more like a slap in the face. I'm sorry, but it's true. Okay, so Mother Mary's message. Be mindful of how you choose to express and how you choose to manifest a twin flame. Know you have the power at all times. You will align with the exact match of your frequency at the time, and it will sweep you off your feet because you will see God so clearly in that other being, that other part of you. You will be able to feel love and compassion and grace like never before. The flow of the relationship is dictated by the meaning you give it. Know that choosing the loving option to yourself is always the best solution to any conflict you might be having with a partner or internally. So she's advising us on keep doing the loving thing for us. This is a theme, by the way, that I've been noticing this year in general with all my clients, and they talk a lot about that, of being loving to yourself. Loving yourself means loving your twin, for that is how you will manifest your reality. They are a reflection of you, of your beauty, of your love, of your insecurities, of your fears, and so on. Give yourself the same love you wish to receive, my children. This is step number 1 to fulfill the need to be loved. It has to come from you first. Love is not written in stone. Love is free. Love is flow. Love is the breath of creation, the truth of God, the peace of the heart. I urge you not to feel so attached to the human vessel of your partners. They are beautiful embodiments of God, and God is free. I urge you to extend the same love you wish to feel as a peace offering to your own ego, for it also needs loving. If the ego feels like it needs something to fulfill its reality, that is what you will seek in another being. The ego needs to learn that oneself is complete and perfect, as is, at all times. It needs no one else to make them complete. That is the truth of you. Having another being to share an experience is always a wondrous thing. Understanding this brings about the certainty that everything happens within divine planning. My dear ones, those experiences, being labeled good or bad, they are always there to serve you. So ask yourself, how does this serve me at the present moment? And most importantly, ask yourself, how can I love myself right now? You are deserving of all of your dreams and wishes, dear ones. Trust that. I love you unconditionally. I am Mary and I am you. That was beautiful. Okay. Sometimes I have the experience and then look for a name and call it to categorize. Sometimes we just need the experience without having to name it. Yes, and I think it's very human of us to want to give those names, because that's just our reality, that's just our humanity. And sometimes it's easier to, I understand, to want to give something a name, because by giving it a name, it's like we're giving it a meaning, and we are very big on giving meaning to stuff. But it's also important to realize that you are at no point in time ever, Isis is talking right now, bonded to something. You are always free. You are always God. You are always free to create. You don't need another being to create with. You choose to have this experience with another being to create with because it's fun. And sometimes you're going to create something that you label as being good, as being beautiful, as being a beautiful relationship full of love and full of grace and full of flow. And sometimes you're going to choose to experience exactly that is needed for you at that moment to grow. And sometimes it doesn't feel good at the first starting point of that relationship. And sometimes it never feels good. But those are the triggers that you agreed on before incarnation. So you can experience that vast, beautiful, powerful of creation that is God and that is you. So take that into consideration when you are giving those labels. We come here and we share this. And we speak of your labels because we love you. Because it matters to you, so it matters to us. And because you asked us about this. And we love you, and we love you. We love your dream as you love it. So we keep coming and we keep sharing. But know that those labels are not important. What really matters is what is within your heart. And she's showing me like a light, like a tunnel of light, like a pyramid of light coming in the chest and expanding. She's saying that is why you choose to experience twin flames relationships, as you call them, because it expands you, because it triggers you, because it shows you divinity in another being so you can see it in yourself. So she's saying that the first motive for us to want to have a twin flame relationship is because we want to have that reflection of God right in front of us so we can experience that through that person. Because she's saying that because it is so much easier for you to see God in others than in yourself. So let's not choose that disempowering thought anymore. Let's choose to be God together. Because there's no other way. You are always together at all times. So that was Isis. I'm gonna have to drink some water. This is so spot on with my present experience with my twin flame ex-husband. Yes, and it's very powerful, right? And the connection is so undeniable, and it's so difficult to detach. I've had an experience with that too, and gosh. Now I'm gonna go to the questions on Patreon. So if you have any questions right now, if you're here on chat and you want to ask anything, feel free to. We have around another 30 minutes to talk about this. Let me see the questions here on Patreon. So Elizabeth Cunningham asked, I think you are here too. How do we know someone is our twin flame? First, Lilith came forward and she said, how can someone not be your twin flame? And I'm telling her that this is confusing for our mind. And she just went like, oh. And Isis is saying that the reflection of God is undeniable. You see only grace, only innocence, only purity. Your heart will not lie to you. If you are wondering, ask yourself why you are wondering. It is also something that you can choose to experience at any time. Because you are the one in charge of your creations. But if that thought comes in your mind, you are probably already aligned with it. Even if that relationship is already happening or will happen, you already know in your heart. We cannot give you the answer. The answer is within you. Because you create at every second of every time, in every thought, in every feeling you have. So you know it, dear one. So that was Isis. Let me see another one. They are guiding me to go through the questions. Oh, they say chat. Please ask Isis to share more deeply about her experience with Osiris. I don't even know how to pronounce it. She's showing me like them together and practicing rituals together. And like their love formed a holy trinity. And from that sacred relationship that was needed to bring a being like Horus to the planet, they had a fulfilling and beautiful relationship. She's saying that they were not monogamous all the time because they practiced sacred sexuality with other partners too. This is news for me. I've never heard of it. But he was one of her twin flames, and they've always had mutual respect and love for each other above all. She's just smiling and sitting there like not saying anything else. Okay, I'm reading another question. That's from Suna too. Before I even heard of twin flames, I experienced what he described being a drop of God leaving the oneness. I felt that this drop divided into a male and female expression. We could completely feel each other, and I felt joy of being male through his body. It was a reunion. You're just getting like various head shakes. I had continual downloads together with him. Then he decided to end the partnership, split apart the relationship, turn off love, and put it, which perplexed me, sorry. And of course, it was painful. Is this the experience we have when we decided to live in a separation world apart from oneness of source? No, they're saying that it's just an agreement that you fulfilled. He opened you up to your oneness, they're saying, in your connection. So you could experience it in a deeper level. So it's not that your separation meant the separation of the world or him or anything. They're just saying that it was a contract, that like a contract. I don't like the word contract, but anyways, yeah, that you had with him and you fulfilled it. What was the benefit of relieving the pain of separation? They just answered. What is the twin flame task accomplishment in this experience? I guess they just answered to, I simply wanted to continue to expand. Yeah, and they're saying that it is, that pain is, Mother Mary is saying that it is like the pain of giving birth that we choose to feel sometimes. You know that you are birthing something beautiful and gracious. You know you are birthing God, but you still feel some pain because the body needs to get used to it, to get used to being separated of another part of you. So it's okay. You heal. Eva asked, How to find out if one will get in union with a specific twin flame in this lifetime. Lilith is saying, what is time? Time doesn't exist, only in your dream. You are the maker of the dream. Why do you think you keep choosing not to be reunited with them? Ask yourself. I cannot answer for you. I can guide you to one direction. And she's showing me like you are a beautiful angel and you're keeping your wings so close to your body and you're so afraid to let your wings go. And then she shows me you with your wings expanding and flying. She's showing me that you are holding yourself back from your own powerful way of being, that thing that you are already. So it's like you are, instead of opening up to something new, you are so attached to the old that you can experience something that is going to be even more fulfilling, even more loving, and more enlightening. And she's saying like, if you should just stop talking. It's like you can choose to not manifest anything that is painful anymore. Let me see what. How to stay hopeful, trusting, or when it's time to let go, not get into obsession. Yeah, so she's saying that you know when it's time, when it's no longer loving to yourself, when you no longer feel like you are enough, that is when you know that it's enough to stop being. It's just showing me like she's banging her head on the wall. It's like trying to open a hole on the door with your head when you only need to turn the doorknob and come in. She likes giving different metaphors, I guess. Okay. Oh, they just told me to look chat again. Are there soul agreements made with our twin flames before entering into this timeline that our union would not last? That it would be too destructive to stay together. I don't fully understand the question, but they are answering. Because I don't know if you're asking for yourself or just in a general way. But anyways, they're saying that. Sorry. Yes, you agree before you incarnate. And they're showing me like these big conference tables, like everyone is sitting there and they're deciding, okay, so we are going to experience life in a body now, and I'll be that and you'll be that, and we'll be born in this and this and this place, because everything is agreed upon before. It's like, so everything that you chose to experience is by divine planning. Once you are here, you have many choices. But one way or another, your higher self has a way to guide you to whatever it is that your agreement before incarnation was. So I think this is a very good way to experience life, because there is a divine planning, right? And nothing that you do right now can be the wrong thing, because your higher self knows. And if you are trying to do something that isn't working for you, maybe there's a reason for that. So if you feel like you had that connection with someone and it's time to part ways, that's the right thing for you. Because maybe, yes, it would be destructive to stay together because you are no longer in alignment. You know, that frequency that you were holding, that was the same vibe, the same vibration, is no longer working on that way, that particular way. So it's like you pull apart from that vibration, you know, because everything is energy and everything is mosquito and everything is energy. So that energy starts colliding and it doesn't work anymore. Okay, so let's go to Another question from Eva. Feeling my twin flame and having him constantly in my mind makes it hard for me to focus on developing relationship with other men. He got married, he started a new life, and I feel like I'm hanging on. I can't switch it off. Trying to find love as well, but he's there on my mind all the time. I feel like I'm cheating on my twin from one side, and from the other, I'm not able to give full heart space and love to other men like he deserves. It's making me crazy, so I just want to stay away from men at all. How to live with this? How to live with this unfulfilled love and how to move on? Forget, open the heart for someone else. Okay, so the first question, how to live with this. So Mary Magdalene is coming forward and she's saying that this close relation that you have with the vessel is what is making you feel like this. And it's no longer serving you because it's no longer making you grow. You're feeling more stuck and more lost because of that. And that is why you are feeling that you are going crazy. It's like you said. And it is because it no longer serves. It is just like I was talking about the higher self trying to change you and do something different. So she's saying that whatever it is, your agreements, whatever those are, your agreements with your twin flames, they will, one way or another, end up being fulfilled. So you don't need to worry about that. So she's saying that that is a good way to rest your mind and rest your heart, that you've done everything that you could. You are not leaving a piece of you behind if you leave him, because you can never leave him. He is just a mirror of you, another expression of you in a different body. So she's saying, can you look at him and be happy for his happiness? Can you look at him and be satisfied with his satisfaction? Can you look at him and bless him and thank him and be grateful for the experience that you shared? Can you look at him and only wish him good things? Truly to your heart. No attachments. This is unconditional love. No conditions at all. It is only flow. Whatever it is, it just is. And being is enough. Not having to try hard to fit in. Not having to change yourself or wanting to change them. If their happiness is your happiness, and this love is unconditional, you don't feel any longer that you need to hold them, because you know that they live in your heart at all times. You just need to come into terms with yourself and forgive yourself for whatever it is that you feel that you weren't enough in your experience with him. You did everything perfectly as you were supposed to do. There is no other way. Stop blaming yourself when you see that you open up space on your heart. The space on your heart is not being filled by him. It is being filled by guilt and shame. That is how you heal it. You forgive yourself and you have compassion for yourself. Can you look at you and feel happiness? Because you are gracious. You're beautiful. You are love. That's all that you need to heal your situation. That was Mary Magdalene. I need some water. She's so much easier to channel. Okay. Let me see. Elizabeth's question. How do two individuals fully remain in their God selves in oneness as sovereign creators while merging in twin flame intimate union? So Lilith is coming forward. She's not even letting me read the question. So rude. She's saying, why do you need those labels, first of all? If you are merging with another being, if you are fully centered in yourself, you are only merging with the God that is them. Why are you afraid of it? Why are you afraid of your power? Why are you afraid of their power? Stop trying to compare your relationship with others. And this goes for all of you. Stop trying to fit in. You don't need this anymore. When did you successfully try to fit in and it happened? You are not supposed to fit in. If you're experiencing merging with another being, why is it that you are afraid to become them? Where does the fear come from? If you fear, you will feel this separation. And it's no longer oneness, and it's no longer serving. In a relationship, in a sacred sexual relationship, both parties must be feeling respected, honored, safe, and loved. That is when you know that you are merging with someone else. Because you have no fear anymore. There's only love and only creation. And that is how you create universes. That is how you created planet Earth. You can try and try to say that your essence is fear, but it's not. You can try to say that society is based on fear, but it's not. It's love. You just have a very hard time understanding what love is. Love is everything. You are never experiencing anything outside of love. So why should you be afraid to merge with another being? And now I have Mother Mary coming forward, and she's saying that centering and grounding and standing in your own power without being afraid to speak your truth can help you if you are experiencing that kind of fear. Whew, she makes me so hot. Okay. So I'm gonna see another question. Hello, Corey. Thank you for being here. You missed a little bit of the class where we spoke about the concepts of twin flames. And we had Mother Mary message about this too. Is my current partner one of my twin flames? Mary Magdalene is turning the question back to you, and she's showing me like your heart expanding. And I see unbalance in your heart chakra, in your sacral chakra, in your root chakra, in your crown chakra. And she's showing me that trying to fit a mold of something doesn't serve. Okay. Sometimes they show me things and I can't even explain with human words. I'm gonna ask them to simplify. So Mother Mary comes to simplify. She's saying, ask yourself, does it feel like it? Do you feel oneness? Do you feel cared for, cherished? That is what you should be looking for, if you are looking for anything at all. First of all, find this within you before you can experience it outside of you, in another partner. But your partners are supposed to be the ones that you can be 100% yourself with, that you feel cared for, relaxed, one, loved at all times. You don't need to hide anything. You need only be. So we've been talking about twin flames as if twin flames are sacred unions. It might also not be the case. You can be vibrating on exact same frequency of something that isn't a sacred union, that is only there to trigger you, to trigger your growth, to trigger your enlightenment. And sometimes it feels rough, prickly. Sometimes it's not smooth. But a divine union is smooth, is flow, it's peaceful and graceful in every single way. It holds no jealousy because it knows that it is perfect at all times. It is not possession. It is allowance, authenticity, peace. You like using terms like twin flames, and we honor your dream. And in truth, you can only find this divine union when you feel connected with your own essence to the point of only allowing you to be you at all times. When you feel free to express, free to love, free to show, free to be. You can only find this in you first. Then you will align with this other being that is supposed to be as you want it to be. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this back because half trans channeling and I don't even know what they've been saying. Let me see if I covered all the questions so I don't leave anyone hanging. Mm-hmm. Oh, another question from... You're welcome, Kari. Another question from Suna. This is perhaps unrelated to twin flames, but I'm curious and bewildered by germs and bacteria. What is the purpose of those bugs to get us sick? And why are little children always sick and spreading those germs? Mother Mary is saying that the body takes a little while to adjust. It's like the light body takes a little while to adjust to your physical body. And it happens with many children. And the more like alien the children is, the harder it can be to maintain the body. So that's why a lot of children right now are getting sick easily because of that. Because they have a little bit of a hard time to adjust to Earth. And the purpose of those bugs, now I have Lilith, and she's saying like, you created it, so what is the meaning for it for you? If it exists in your realities because you created it and it's serving you, so ask, how is it serving you? And if you think that it no longer serves, if you think that it's no longer loving, and if you think that you don't need it anymore, just say goodbye to it. Are twin flames always masculine and feminine, or it can be two of the same gender? Oh, they are all so happy that you asked it, because that is a very big question, and oh my God, it triggers me. Okay. No. Gender, Lilith is coming forward, of course, because I'm triggered and she wants to join. She's saying gender has nothing to do with divine union. Gender is a human-made concept. Also is what you call sexuality. So it doesn't matter who is embodying that other part of you. You don't always need to feel sexual desire to be with that being, to experience a twin flame connection, first of all. But no, you don't have to use those labels, for they are not relevant. I'm gonna ask Isis or any of the other more chilled ones to answer this too. So Mary Magdalene is saying that you can experience twin flames and divine union and soulmates and everything in many different bodies. The body that you choose to incarnate with is the one that will serve you. So yes, you should honor that body, but you are not that body. And that soul that is one of your so-called twin flames is not that body either. So you can have many kinds of connections. You don't need to be masculine or feminine. It is more to do with the divine masculine and divine feminine that is within all of the beings. And that is why we started this collection of classes with the sacred sexuality class. So you can understand that both have divine masculine and feminine energies within them. So in fact, you are both masculine and feminine at all time. Doesn't matter what body you are fashioning right now. It is common for twin flames to have one yin or one yang more powerful in them. So one feminine or one masculine more powerful within them, because you fulfill a need to balance. And that is also why so many of your relationships end up falling apart. It is because you are trying to fulfill that hole in you with something else that someone else has to offer, instead of balancing your divine masculine and your divine feminine. So that is why I sent you that homework, so you could understand how you experience the divine masculine and feminine within you first, before we can come to twin flames and divine union. Keep choosing the loving thing, my dear children. That was Mary Magdalene. What does the shape and health of the body reflect about the spirit? Lilith said nothing. Also, the physical fit of partners. I am asking for guidance with discernment. Let me ask again someone else, because Lilith didn't expand on it. What does the shape and health of the body reflect about the spirit? Mother Mary and Isis, here coming forward, and they're saying that the spirit shows the body. The spirit manifests the body. It's like a thought. You think about it and you create it. The spirit helps create the body, but it doesn't really reflect the totality of you. Your spirit cannot be contained in one body, and that is why you have many fractals of many divinities. Now, the emotional body reflects on the physical body. So however it is that you choose to express your emotions, it will reflect on the physical body. But for the spirit, the body is just a vessel that you can use to share, to love, to experience God in a physicality, in a planet, in a community. The spirit is you. You are way more than this vessel. Yeah, so what I get from that is that our emotions and our thoughts, they create our reality. Spirit helps create that reality. But spirit is like God, so right? It's another name for God. And God is perfect at all times. So for the spirit, the body is perfect at all times, because you are experiencing exactly what it is that you need right now to fulfill your desire to be in a body, to be incarnated. In oneness, there's no separation of anything of it. So we can choose many perspectives, right? I hope they answered what you asked. Let me see if I answered all of the questions. Elizabeth Cunningham asked, does Lilith have any messages for me? I'm just getting like she is laying down in a vineyard. I don't understand the vision, but maybe you will. And she says that she's waiting for you to accept her in you. And she's saying that very often she expresses through rage, because the human body can't understand the power that she offers. So she's suggesting that you meditate and invite her and try to talk to her. She has things to show you, she says, in your meditations, in your dreams. So be mindful of those. She's not big on giving big answers, I guess. It's the first time that I channel her like this. Okay, I think we covered all the questions and all the channelings that before. How are you guys feeling about it, about the class? I wanted to talk about this a little bit and about last class a little bit too. So do you think all of your questions were answered? How did it change maybe change your perspective on twin flames? This was all news for me too. I've been working on this theme with Mary Magdalene for a while now, and she's been showing me it and explaining things to me, because I see so many people disempowering themselves because of what they think there is a twin flame, and maybe it is a twin flame. But this subject really triggers me, so I took a very long time to start doing those videos and accept the mission to come forward with this information, because my mission to you is to empower you, so you can see the God that you are, so you can feel the powerful being that you are, that, so you can fully understand that you are God and you can do all things. And what I've been seeing a lot regarding twin flames in the New Age community is this idea that you have to have this other being that will complete you. This is the first thing that triggers me a lot, because I don't agree with it. I don't believe that God needs anything to be complete. You are complete at all times, and your partners are complete at all times. We just need to realize it. It's something that is already in us, So that's where self-love comes, like Mary Magdalene is saying. I was reminding me. That is where self-love comes. Like, how are you experiencing a twin flame relationship with self-love? Are you respecting yourself? Because another thing that, this is the biggest one that really triggers me, is if you found one twin flame, you should be attached to it at all times. And you should, if they mistreat you, and if they abuse you, and if they just, I don't know, whatever it is that the person does, you have to go through it. And you have to accept it because it is your twin flame. Oh no, my God. Of course not. It's what I think it was Mother Mary, she just said about how love is, like an explanation of how divine union is. It is not supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to be challenging, And those triggers that are challenging, that are difficult, are exactly because of that, because we feel like we need to experience something different, and we feel that we need to expand. And we as humans, we like friction to work, right? You need something to just push you. And that is why we manifest those beautiful, beautiful beings that show us and that help us understand that we come first. Like our existence must be based on loving ourselves first. So if it doesn't feel loving for you, and even if you know that you have this connection with that being that is a twin flame, you know that, and it's very undeniable, and the energy all around you, you know, all of it, and it's so easy to get attached to that being. But you know, you aren't supposed to be handling and dealing with abuse, for example. That's not loving to anyone. So that friction that that being provided for you was exactly that, was for you to see that, okay, this isn't loving for me. That's enough. I don't need this in my life. Right? So that is why I decided to accept their challenge to come and talk about this, because I wanted to share what they have been sharing with me regarding twin flames, and to try to open you to that as well, you know, to empower you to just understand how powerful and beautiful you are. And all of your partners too, they're all God. So finding that balance is very difficult sometimes. But yeah, that's my mission. They are distracting me. They're telling me to look the chat. I think it explained a lot, and it's something to listen to a couple more times at least. Yeah, that's a lot of information. Thank you, Suna. I've been feeling incredibly happy as I have been working very hard on my thoughts and loving myself. Your classes have been guiding me with this. I'm so thankful for being able to help. That's my mission with you guys. I just want you to see how beautiful and powerful you are. You know, if you see any light in me, it's because it is in you already. There is no other way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to even perceive it. So I love you guys. Huge impact on my life right now. Yes, thank you guys. So what about the last class? Mary Magdalene just wanted me to remind you of your journals, that she wanted you to keep journals because it shows you your evolution. She's saying that we have a very short memory and sometimes we need to look back and see our progress, and that is very empowering. That is very self-loving, let's say. And so she says that she wanted you to write down the things that happen in your daily life, or how it is that you are expressing your divine feminine and masculine, how it is that you are expressing your sexuality, you know, and just try to, whatever it is that comes. I know that for me particularly, I have a really hard time keeping a journal because I'm so not into doing the same thing every day, you know. So it's very hard for me, and she keeps reminding me to do that. But it's very, very powerful to have something written by you, like, oh my God, I felt like that 2 months ago, and now look how far I've come. So she's very big on helping us find God within, with those things, and with self-inquiry too. So we will be practicing self-inquiry with Mary Magdalene in further questions. And they're telling me that the next class they want to share with you some breathing techniques and some visualizations or maybe meditations to help you find this balance and start opening up to the initiation of Isis alchemy and Horus alchemy. That is magic, sex magic, you know. So we can use this energy, this powerful creative energy that is sexual energy, to manifest and to heal, and to, so we can heal anything in us, we can heal anything in others. And they've been practicing it for millennia, and they've been initiating me on that so I can initiate you. So that's what probably we're going to be talking about next class. Very pretty much sure of it. And if you watch this class back and you have any other questions, write them down, and we'll be talking about them next on the next class. Next class, next month. And I guess that's it. I survived channeling all of them at once. Okay, guys, so yeah, it's gonna be powerful because they've been showing me so many things, and it's so crazy. And they want me to share a little bit of my personal experience with you too regarding all of that. And they will give you like a meditation so you can keep doing after the class. So through that month, so you can be prepared for the next class. I think that they will start initiating us on, not only you, but me too, one step at a time, so we can fully embrace this. So I'm pretty sure that everyone is here that that we are going to be doing other things together as well. So thank you very much for this. Thank you for supporting me and Flavia on this journey. It means so much for us. And I love you guys. I love you, Corey. Thank you very much. I really do love you guys so much. And I do feel like this is a beautiful family. So thank you for being here, and thank you for shining your light. And see you guys on the 29th, yes, Wednesday, for the healing ceremony. So the healing ceremony this month will be with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and they are going to perform like a meditation like last time, this time to heal the sacral chakra. So that will be powerful. Mary Magdalene will be singing, she says, and singing light language, and Yeshua will be holding space for us to heal together. So yes, so thank you guys, love you, see you soon, bye.